I'd like to start, obviously, the title of the book, Protect Those Unable to Protect Themselves, Saving the Unborn. It's all about reducing abortion. Abortion has been a controversy since the beginning of recorded history, actually. This is how the book flows. I think it's a good synchronization. It talks to the subject, it explains things, talks about problems, and then it gets down to a recommendation. It starts with the two participants. I'll get to that in a minute. Understanding statistics. How about the question of when does a being become a human being? Let's talk now about the woman. And of course, what I've just said, every woman who's been pregnant already knows what I just said, but maybe the husband doesn't. But from the standpoint of the woman, she may be concerned that I or we can't afford a child or another child. Her life is at risk for psychological or medical reasons associated with the pregnancy. She's a free person. This is my body, and I alone will decide what will be done with my body. To be considered birth control, the contravening act must preclude fertilization. The condom and the diaphragm are two control methods which do stop the possibility of fertilization, in which they briefly touch upon important subjects deeply impacting their lives and affecting their futures. In fact, I suggested several titles for the course, and all include the subject of preparing for adulthood. The objective is for the student to understand what it takes to be the best they can be and strive for it. And from the book, caring for the entirely innocent, voiceless, and defenseless among us is a trait consistent with those who strive to be the best they can be. To every woman carrying the unborn baby within her womb, let us say again, the power to deny life or bring on a living human being is now in your hands. Let goodness prevail and therefore decide. Throughout the history of civilized mankind, abortion has been the one subject that good, respected, and moral people have found intractable to intellectual science. Obviously, we're trying to save those who are unable to protect themselves, and we're saving the unborn. 60 million of unborn babies have been aborted since the 1960s. We do 2,000 to 3,000 a week in the United States. Those numbers aren't just alarming, they're tragic. And not just for pro-life people, I think for most of mankind, numbers like that are considered a tragedy. And I hope with this book we can do something about that. The objective is to reduce the number of abortions in the United States. And how we're going to go about that is, first off, we want to strengthen the belief in the rights of the unborn. We know all about abortion rights. I think the information that you'll see in the book is going to be new to many of you. I know that in the first chapter about pregnancy, a woman who's been through that is not going to learn anything new. But I hope, ladies, that as you read through the book, you'll find it very interesting and informative. In most narratives on abortion, writers express their view regarding abortion using real-life examples of babies suffering and dying in an abortion, or women suffering because of the lack of a safe, readily available medical resource. Rather, let us seek out ways to reduce abortions, and in so doing, help those who oppose abortion, and yes, if agreeable to a realistically irrefutable proposal, even those who support a woman's choice. I think we need to emphasize the goodness that I believe exists in womanhood. You know it exists in motherhood, and motherhood comes from womanhood, by the way. So let us consider that and try a new pathway. That's only one of the several suggestions, but that's the single most important one. So I thank you all for listening, and I appreciate ReadersMagnet for giving me this opportunity to talk to you today. But if you want to get hold of me, it's Cavanaugh, Jim, jr@gmail.com. That's my best email, and I will respond to any inquiry.